Aloha and welcome to the Tiki Cultural Society. The TCS is an organization that imbues its members with the importance of friendship, preservation, and helping others, all while having a good time. Here we will learn the history of Tiki, cocktail crafting, dressing the part, and how to spread aloha to everyone we meet. There are 5 levels to the TCS. These are the chicken, the pig, the sea turtle, the pufferfish, and the goat. In addition, there are 5 bonus levels. These are the moa, the pua'a, the hanu, the fugu, and the keo. As you progress through each level and learn new skills, you will receive a wooden bead. These beads will be added to your necklace that you can wear to show off your achievements. Some of the things you will learn about will include making hair flowers. We start with the simple, move on to something a little more complex. Make a floral headband. And then progress to something a little more intense, such as something that lights up. You will learn how to make cocktails, starting with a simple 3-ingredient daiquiri, moving on to a Mai Tai and a zombie, and then progressing to making, say, 10 new cocktails, and even coming up with your own signature cocktail. You will learn how to use different bar tools, different types of ramen mixers, and how to garnish. We'll also talk about tiki mugs and swizzle sticks, and what you can wear, such as aloha shirts and fezzes, whether old or new. We will also delve into the history of Tiki, starting with reading Smuggler's Cove, which tells about the history and gives you a lot of information on different drinks you can make and how to make your own syrups. And then we can move on to other books such as Tiki and Fatuhiva by Thor Heyerdahl. Other cocktail books. This book by James Michener about Hawaii, which is also made into a movie if you want to take that shortcut. Story about Hawaiian royalty. The Art of Tiki, and other Tiki information. Each member of the Tiki Cultural Society will receive a handbook which will detail what the Tiki Cultural Society is about and what they need to achieve in order to receive their beads. And let's get on to what the beads. There will be a total of 18 task beads and 5 Tiki beads. 3 for 2 of the levels and 4 for each of the other 3. And for level 1, requiring 3 beads to complete, we have the beginner cocktail, which is represented by a daiquiri glass, and to achieve this you'll need to make a simple daiquiri. Number 2 is the beginner arts and crafts bead, represented by the plumeria, and this requires the creation of a simple hair flower. Number 3 is called Toe in the Ocean, which is represented by an aloha shirt. And this is where you take your first step into dressing the part with an aloha shirt. Once you have completed these 3 tasks, you will become a chicken and receive the Tiki Bob bead. Tiki Bob was created in 1955 by a San Francisco bar owner. Level 2 will require 4 beads. Number 1 is the intermediate cocktail making, represented by the Mai Tai, and to get this one, you'll need to make a Mai Tai. Number 2 is the intermediate arts and crafts bead, which has a hibiscus on it, and for this one, you will need to create a more complex hair flower. Number 3 is called Foot in the Water, and is represented by this little dude here wearing a lava, and you will need to either get a lava or sarong to expand your Tiki wardrobe. And number 4 here is about the history of Tiki, which is a represented by the Smuggler's Cove book, and you will just need to read the book to receive the bead. Completion of level 2 will make you a pig, and you will receive the bead of Ku, which is a tiki representing the Hawaiian god of war, strength, and family. Level 3 requires 4 beads. The first is the beginning traveler, which is represented by a tiki bar. To get this, you will need to visit your first tiki bar. Number 2 is the beginning party person, which has a hanu as its representation. This you will receive when you visit your first tiki event. Number 3 is for advanced cocktail making, which has the tall drink on it, and this is earned by creating a zombie cocktail. Number 4 is for advanced arts and crafts, represented by a bird of paradise. For this, you will need to create a floral headband. Once you have finished earning those 4 beads, you will become a sea turtle, and you will receive a hei tiki, which is the Maori representation of the human form. Level 4 also has 4 beads. Number 1 is for woodworking, represented by a palm tree. To achieve this, you must create or carve your own tiki. It can just be a mask. Number 2 is for arts and crafts expert level, represented by a crown. To achieve this, you are going to make a large lighted headpiece. Number 3 is the intermediate party person, represented by the party hat. For this one, you'll need to visit 2 tiki events within the same year. And number 4 is the intermediate traveler, represented by the mermaid. To get this one, you will need to visit 5 tiki bars in the same year. Upon completion of level 4, you will become a pufferfish and receive a Marquesas tiki. This is from French Polynesia and represents a modified man. You only need 3 beads to complete level 5. Number 1 is the cocktail master, represented by the parrot. For this one, you need to create your own cocktail. The second bead, represented by a heart, is called lend a hand. This requires you to volunteer, but it does not have to be tiki related. You just need to help people. And number 3 is knowledge, represented by the bookshelf. For this one, you need to read at least 5 books, either on cocktail making, tiki history, or Polynesian history. Completion of level 5 will make you a goat. You will earn a moai, one of the monolithic figures carved by the inhabitants of Rapa Nui. And upon completion of all of these tasks, you will not only finish your necklace, but you will also receive a goat pendant that you can add so you let everyone know that you are indeed a goat. And you can stop there, but it's more likely that you're going to keep going. The bonus levels have the same number of beads to complete, and each level name is kind of the same but in a different language. So you're going to be a hanu in one and a sea turtle in another, but it'll still be the same levels. And the tiki beads you earn are going to be the same, but they're going to be in a different color. So for bonus level 1, which is the moa, number 1 is called the mixer. Is represented by a volcano. And for this, you will demonstrate making a simple syrup. Number 2 is the collector. It's got a bamboo tiki mug on it. You will receive this bead after getting your first tiki mug. And number 3 is the souvenir lover. This is a swizzle stick, and it's for getting your first swizzle stick. And again, your bead will be Tiki Bob upon completion. Level 2, the pua'a, which is also known as the pig. The first bead is called To Top It Off, which is a fez, and you get this for getting your first fez. Number 2, Flair for the Dramatic, represented by a pineapple. You're going to be earning this for learning how to garnish your cocktails. Number 3 is music appreciation, represented by music notes. This you get for listening to the exotica, surf rock, island music, any of the music associated with the Tiki culture. And number 4 is called Do It, represented by fire. You're going to get this for taking your first shot of Malort. And again, you are going to get a Ku bead in a different color. Bonus level number 3 is called the Hanu. This bead number 1 is for the World Traveler level 1. It's represented by a passport, and you get this for your visitation to your first Polynesian island. Number 2 is the Intermediate Collector, represented by a scorpion bowl. For this, you will need to have 5+ Tiki mugs in your collection, like you knew that wasn't going to happen. Bead number 3 is represented by Mickey Mouse, called Trader Sam. For this one, you visit either Walt Disney World or Disneyland's Enchanted Tiki Room and have a Dole Whip. Bead number 4, Expanded Horizon. This is a skull. This is when you visit a Tiki adjacent event, such as a yacht rock show, a hot rod or car show, something rockabilly, something not Tiki, but you might see a lot of Tiki folks there. And for this one, you will also get a green Hey Tiki. Level 4 is the Fugu. So for bead number 1, host with the most, represented by a Fugu, you host a room crawl either alone or with your friends. Number 2 is the Expert Cocktail Maker, represented by a rum bottle. For this one, you need to be able to make at least 10 different cocktails. Number 3 is the Advanced Collector, represented by the octopus. For this, you have to have 10 or more Tiki mugs in your collection. And this one here, Preserving the Past, represented by a boomerang and stars. You get this when you save vintage items from the landfill. The bead you will receive after this one, again, is a Marquesas Tiki. Bonus level 5 is the Kale. Bead number 1 is the Master Collector bead, represented by a fish hook. Now, you'd think this is for more Tiki mugs, but you'd be wrong. This represents you having your own home Tiki bar. Going all out. The number 2 bead is the World Traveler level 2, represented by a globe. This is for visiting 5 or more Polynesian islands. And then number 3, Lend a Hand, represented by the lei. This is for when you join an organization. It should be Tiki, doesn't have to be, but it's an organization that you're involved in that lets you help people. And then when you receive all 3 of those, you will again get a moai. And when you complete your bonuses, you will get the goat. So you will become the ultimate goat when you've earned your goat pendant to add to your necklaces. Wear them proudly. If your friends ask about them, let them know what the Tiki Cultural Society is. So mahalo for your participation, and aloha.